Hello and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to show you my latest project, which is going to be a level 1 camper build for two on a 2001 GMC Yukon XL. For those of you who are not familiar with my work, a level 1 camper build is an easily installed and removable camper build that is secured to your SUV's floor, and it allows you to still be able to retain SUV functionality. The second row seating is still intact. The third row seating has been removed. However, if you do decide that you want your Yukon to function as an 8-passenger SUV, you can easily remove the level 1 camper build and reinstall the third row seat. In today's video, we're going to take a tour of the GMC Yukon XL. We're going to start with the exterior, then we'll move on to the interior, and then finally I will show you the camper build inside. This GMC Yukon will be listed for sale on my website, so if you are interested, visit www.horizonoverland.com and you'll see it on there. So without further ado, let's get started on the tour. All right, folks, here we go. Again, this is a 2001 GMC Yukon XL. This is going to be the half-ton 4-wheel drive model. The trim level will be the SLT, which is considered to be fully loaded. It does hold a clean title, clean Carfax, only 2 previous owners. It only has 139,000 miles. This still does have the original paint. You could see the color is this really nice dark red. However, we do have some paint imperfections that I will go over in just a second. It does have the running boards, which are still factory, and we also have adjustable roof rack with crossbars. I just got some brand new tires for it. All-terrain 31-inch tires on the factory 16-inch wheels. I mentioned earlier that this does have 4-wheel drive. However, the really cool thing about this particular Yukon XL is that it does have the automatic rear lockers. So it makes it a little bit more capable off-road than your average Suburban. It also has automatic self-leveling rear shocks for a really nice quality ride for those long road trips. We do have a rear liftgate. The top glass does open separately from the entire liftgate. This does have the tow option, so you can tow up to 7,000 pounds with this Suburban. This will have the 5.3 liter V8. Gas mileage is about 17 on the highway. The 5.3 liter V8 on these vehicles is super reliable, and parts are readily available should you need to get it serviced or repaired. Paint is still factory. However, we do have some imperfections. We have some fading right here on the rear, as well as a small dent above the rear tail light. This SUV has been very well maintained. We do have a fresh oil change, good transmission fluid, coolant level is good. Again, I did replace the tires, and the brakes do have a lot of life left on them. So that's pretty much what it looks like on the outside. Let me move to the inside and show you the interior. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out the interior, starting with the front. I do have to mention that it comes with 2 sets of keys and 2 factory key fobs. I'm going to go ahead and open the driver door. So this again is the SLT fully loaded model. So it does come with leather interior. You could see the 2 front bucket seats are in good shape. We do have a tear on the bottom cushion of the driver seat. The passenger seat looks pretty good. Both seats will come with a armrest on one side, and both seats will be heated as well as power seats. Here we see the control panel on the driver door. We have power windows, power door locks, and power mirrors. It does have the memory package as well as the heated seat option. This will come with the automatic lights, push button 4-wheel drive operation. It does also have auto 4-wheel drive. This is super easy to use. Cruise control works really well. All the gauges work really well. No warning lights on the instrument cluster. This does have, again, the tow package. So you see the tow haul mode on the column shifter. This is a 4-speed transmission. Factory CD player is still intact and it works great, and the speakers also sound really good. But this also does have a cassette player as well. Below the factory stereo we see the climate controls. Both AC and heater work really well. But we also do have rear climate controls for the back. Up here we see the dome lights, see the sun visors, they're in really good shape, and you could see the headliner also looks really good. We have our glove compartment over there, more storage area under the cassette player, a small little cubby. We have some cup holders for the front, and then here we have a lockable center console with some storage. Let me show you the second row seating. You could see the bench seat looks really good. We have 2 cup holders for the rear, as well as more cup holders behind the center console. Here we see the audio controls for the rear passengers, and then up here we see the climate controls as well for the rear passenger. So that's pretty much the SUV part of this rig. Let me now turn it into a 2-person camper and show you what that looks like. Okay, so I went ahead and set up the privacy to create a private sleeping arrangement. I will lay out the mattresses in just 1 second. You can see we do have a removable curtain and rod. The rod is spring loaded. You can decompress it and completely remove the whole thing. It's super easy. And here we have these mesh sleeves. They're darkened for privacy, but also they allow you to roll down the windows to get some air inside. You can see the second row seating has been folded flat, and in a second I will go ahead and set the bed area. This could be for 1 or 2 people. This is completely removable. Currently it is secured to the SUV floor, and when you remove it you could reinstall the third row seat to turn this thing back to an 8-passenger SUV. It's very easy to set up. You just go ahead and flip over these extensions to set up the surface area for the bed. Before I lay out the mattresses, I want to show you some storage compartments. Here we have a storage compartment underneath, and we also have another area on this side. This is both a storage area as well as a floor. I'll show you how you could use this as a floor, so you could lounge inside your SUV when you're in here if you don't want to go outside. This is ideal for stealth camping. Also, there is an opening on this side that allows you to access some items that would be stored. When the bed is laid out on top, you could reach over and grab whatever you need through this opening. Let me go ahead and lay out both mattresses to show you what that looks like. Okay, so I went ahead and set it up for 1 person. Mattress is on one side, on this side. This is a 25 by 75 inch folding mattress, and the foam is 4-inch thick foam, so it's very comfortable. I mentioned earlier that this is a big storage area underneath. However, now it's acting as a floor, so what I could do is I could make my way over to this side, and you could see my feet are resting on the ground, and now I get to sit inside this SUV. These are removable reflectics on the rear windows for privacy as well as temperature control, but I can easily remove them. So now we can enjoy the view while we're hanging out inside of the Suburban. One thing to note is that this area, you could see it's almost like another floor. It allows you to enter and exit when you're getting up from sleeping. You could put your feet right here and put on your shoes and exit the vehicle. So that's pretty much what it looks like as one person sleeping and lounging. Let me go ahead and set it up as a 2-person sleeper and show you what that looks like. Okay, so I went ahead and set it up as a 2-person sleeper. You could see now we have 2 mattresses right next to one another. Again, each mattress is 25 by 75, so we have now a total of 50-inch wide mattress. Even though the length is only 75 inches, because we do have extra room up here, taller people can also fit very comfortably. Ideally, you want maybe to have the pillow on that side and have your legs be over on this side, so that way when you are ready to get up, you could just sort of scoot up here, put your feet on the ground, and exit the vehicle. So that's pretty much what it looks like in here as a 1 and 2 person sleeper. Let me go outside and show you the rear drawers. Okay, so let's go ahead and open the rear lift gate to show you the rear drawers. Few things to note before I go over this area. First is that you could open the rear glass separately from the lift gate itself. So that's a really neat feature from the factory. Another feature from the factory is that we do have a lock and unlock button back here, so you can lock and unlock the entire vehicle. And finally, we have a factory 12-volt outlet. Notice how this whole area is open, so if you do end up opening the glass or the lift gate, you could actually lounge and enjoy the view back here because everything is unobstructed. We have a larger 40-inch drawer on this side, and we have a smaller stove pullout on that side. Both drawers will be on locking ball bearing slides, heavy duty slides. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the drawer to show you what it looks like. This is the larger drawer. It has some removable toppers. So if you remove these toppers, you could see the space that you get for storage. Not only do we have removable toppers, we also have removable partitions, so you can store larger items inside this drawer. On this side, we have a drawer that has a stove pullout. So if I go ahead and open it, when you hear that click, it means that the drawers have been locked in position, so you can't even push on them unless you pull down on those tabs. So here you see the Coleman 2-burner propane stove. So it has its own dedicated platform. It sits right here, and then up here we have a fixed stopper so you can do some prepping, and then over here is where you would cook. Behind the fixed stopper we have a small storage compartment. Maybe you want to store some spices, your utensils, whatever you need. This is like a little small kitchen back here on this build. As I mentioned earlier, this is completely removable bed and storage platform, so you could remove it and reinstall the third row seat to turn this SUV back to a 8-passenger vehicle. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are interested in this vehicle, again, it is going to be listed on my website, so visit www.horizonoverland.com to see it on there. Until next time, take care and have a wonderful day.